Good morning and welcome back to my channel. It's Saturday the 21st of September 2019. So I'm 4 years, May, June, July, August, 4 years, 4 months and a couple of weeks into my journey. And yeah, loving it, still loving it. Or should I say I've found my love for it again. I started the week on quite a negative note really when I rang my mum on Saturday afternoon like I always do, and she said, how did you get on at slimming? I didn't tell her I'd been on the Friday. I'd just leave it to the Saturday report in, shall we say, to mother. How did you get on at slimming, she said, and I thought, oh God, there's no way I'm going to say I've gained 9 pounds because excuse me, what a frog. There's no way I'm going to say I've gained 9 pounds because it would be the wrath of mother. I'm 63 years old, my mum's 87, and I still seek the approval of my mother, which is insane. So I just casually said, oh, gained a couple of pounds. Ooh, she said, is that all right? And I said, yeah, Mum, it's fine, absolutely fine. Lying through my teeth, it wasn't fine, and it wasn't a couple of pounds. Why did I do that? Because this afternoon when I ring her, I'm going to have to lie again. It's like, oh, what a tangled web we weave when first we practice to deceive. I dig holes for myself and I cause problems for myself and I worry about my reputation. What reputation, you might ask? I was actually thinking about it during the week and I said to my Amazon Echo, I said, Alexa, what is a personal reputation?
Here's something I found from the article Reputation Management on Wikipedia. Reputation is a social construct based on the opinion other people hold about a person or thing.
Now that was quite enlightening to me because my reputation then depends on what other people think about me. Do you know, now I've got to the grand old age of 63, I don't give a toss really what other people think about me. Or do I? Is that why I was afraid to tell my mother I'd gained 9 pounds? Or was it because I still believe my mum is waiting for me to fail? Because all my life she's told me you'll always be fat, you'll always have a weight problem, you'll always be greedy, you'll always overeat. And it feels like the sword of Damocles hanging over my head. I love my mum to bits, don't get me wrong, but she can be a very judgmental lady. And she has been for the whole of my growing years. So, do I worry about my reputation? I don't think I do today. I don't think it really matters to me what other people think of me. For many, many years, I think a lot of my weight issues and my food issues were combined with my people-pleasing habits. I was a great people-pleaser. I wanted everybody to like me. I needed everybody to like me. I've talked about this before in different videos. And today, I think what's important to me is that I'm content in living with myself, because if I don't like me or if I don't love me, how could anybody else anyway? So yeah, I've got to face ringing my mum this afternoon and lying again unless I actually face it and tell the truth. And I'll be totally honest with you. I'm standing here thinking, oops, standing here falling over. I'm standing here thinking, I think I'll just lie again. When she says, have you done this week? I think I'll just say, I lost a couple of pounds. And then she thinks we've got the status quo. Because it doesn't really matter. I don't want to have my mum stressed. She's too old to be worrying about her 63-year-old daughter. Yeah, but I just wanted to share that because approval seeking. I always needed the approval of my dad, and this might sound really strange to anyone who either hasn't lost their dad or in fact has lost their dad and doesn't feel the same way. But when my dad passed away in 2013, in a lot of ways it took a lot of stress out of my life. I love my dad dearly. My dad was very, very ill with dementia, so when he actually passed away, it was a blessing for him, because he wasn't living in a happy situation. He wasn't living in a quality of life situation, shall I say. But when my dad passed away, a lot of the stresses of trying to please my dad and trying to achieve everything my dad expected me to achieve and get the qualifications my dad thought I should have and do all the things my dad thought I should do, like make a good marriage, buy a good home, have a nice car. My dad was quite a materialistic person. Not in a greedy way, he was a very generous man, but he put a lot of store in achieving. And I don't feel like that today. I think it's important that we find a passion in life and that we achieve the things that are important to us. But I don't think I would have ever pressured any of my children to go to university because you're seen to be better if you've got a first-class degree, or pressure any of my children to attain a certain position in life because you're better if you do that. Because I don't see people in that way. I don't care whether you clean toilets for a living or you... I mean, I've got friends who are cleaning ladies. I've got a friend who's the managing director of a big company. But I don't see them as better or worse than each other. And I think that's maybe something that's come to me with age. I see different things as being important in my life today. I've recently started following a guy called Dr. Wayne W. Dyer, D-Y-E-R. Now Wayne's actually, he passed away 4 years ago, but he's actually quite, I'm going to use the word enlightened. He's a man who found enlightenment within himself. He's a man who teaches that everything we need to be the person we want to be, not others want us to be, that we want to be, we can find within ourselves. He believes that we come from the force that we call the universe or God or whatever word you want to choose to use for it. He believes that we come from a living force that never dies. We are having a, now let me get it right, we are a spiritual being having an experience in a human body, not a human being having a spiritual experience. And a lot of what he says just makes such sense to me. And I want to recommend a couple of books. The first book he ever wrote in 1976 is called Your Erroneous Zones. Now, erroneous means error, so I learned. I've actually not read the book, but I've read him. There's a really good thing on Audible where he spends about an hour and a half talking about the book and explaining it. But I believe I'm going to get the book this week as well. I believe the book will be a good read. And I'll probably understand it now he's explained it to me. But the book that I have found really beneficial, excuse me, I'm struggling with my voice. The book that I found really beneficial in the last couple of weeks is his book about excuses. And I think it's called Excuses Be Gone. And he explained to me in a lot of ways things that I've done in my life and used as excuses without even realising I was doing it. And he breaks it down to different aspects of how we live and how we look at ourselves and how we can change ourselves. And yeah, if you fancy something interesting to read, something that you might learn something from, I would recommend that book, Excuses Be Gone by Dr. Wayne W. Dyer. If you just fancy a nice easy read this week, a book I'm reading this week is a John Steinbeck book, which is quite old-fashioned for me, but it's John Steinbeck's Travels with Charlie. And it's about him as a famous author in his time travelling across America on his own. And I'm loving it. Now, this is something that's changed in me dramatically because Wayne Dyer teaches, as a man thinketh, so he shall be. Right? So what you focus on, you bring into your life. I am a bugger for reading violence, murder, every kind of murder you can imagine, every kind of violence you can imagine, every kind of scary book. I love Stephen King and Dean Koontz and people like that. I love to lie in bed at night and read things that frighten the crap out of me. And then I turn over and go to sleep. So I'm trying to change what I read. And I was looking on my Audible list yesterday and I've got like 300 books and I would say 280 of them are pretty scary. I read strange books. I read a book this week about a woman who runs a crematorium because I was fascinated to know how crematoriums work. Unfortunately, it was American and I believe that's quite different. But I read weird books. But I'm trying to settle into reading things that are more peace-giving and calming. So yeah, watch this space. But I would recommend John Steinbeck's Travels with Charlie. Charlie is a big French poodle, not a bloke. Right, a couple of things I've had this week that are fresh to me, and I would like to actually recommend them if you're looking for the kind of things I'm looking for. Can you show those drinks, Joe, please?
Yeah.
This is Aqua Libra, and Joe will tell you the information about what's in it. And this is not fizzy pop, sweetened or artificially sweetened. This is water. But what would you say, Joe? It's good, isn't it?
Yeah, it's
Plenty of flavour.
Yeah, it's not sweet like
But it's fruity.
Diet Coke or Diet 7-Up or whatever, but it's still fruity enough.
Yeah. How many calories in that, Joe? 1 calorie in the can. How many sweeteners, sugars?
No, there's no sweetness or sugars. It's just like natural flavouring.
Now that's what appeals to me because I desperately try not to use artificial sweeteners. I've got this thing within me that anything artificially sweetened just draws me to having sugar. And I know that it's not beneficial to me and I don't miss it. You know what happened to me last week and I fell head first into a big vat of sugar. But as a rule, when I'm not doing that, I feel so much better. So that was a drink. We were looking at the meal deals in Tesco because I buy my sushi on meal deals. And that's a drink that is available on the meal deals in Tesco. I don't know what price it was. If it wasn't, do Joe? It's about £1 a can.
Yeah, it'd be around that.
Yeah. And the other thing I want to show you is something we found in HomeSense. I love truffles. And I don't mean chocolate truffles. I mean, are they fungi? It's a form of fungi, isn't it, truffle?
Yeah.
Because they use dogs to dig it out and things. I love truffle oil and things like that on Italian food. But Joe spotted this when we were in HomeSense, and it's pink Himalayan salt with added truffles. Now the truffles is only 0.3 of 1%.
Yeah.
But oh gosh, you know when you open it, you can smell it. It's really, really lovely. £1.49 in HomeSense. Now, the chances of us finding it again are remote because things change in there all the time, don't they? And the chances of you finding it in your TK Maxx or HomeSense are probably quite remote. But if you do come across it and you like truffles the way I do, it's really, really nice. And it does add a lot of flavour to the salt. I like pink Himalayan salt anyway, but the truffle does add a lot of flavour. And when you've got it on your food, because I've been putting it on my cauliflower, you can smell it. It's really nice. I wanted to just touch on meditation. You know, last week I said I was going to go back to transcendental meditation. I've been watching a few videos. Some people are for it, some people are against it. Some people think it's a rip-off because you have to pay for it. I don't know how I feel about that. You know, I have a gardener, I pay him to cut the grass. I wouldn't expect him to do it for nothing. So if somebody's a trained meditation teacher, I wouldn't expect them to teach me for nothing. And I think in America, it probably is a lot more expensive than it is here. I think there it's about $1,500 or something ridiculous. I know Richard paid £365 for me to do it, and we've realised that was 30 years ago. But I've come across something on YouTube called the Meditation Trust, and I think they actually teach TM, and they have a sliding scale for payment. I mean, you need to look into this. I don't know how valid it is. It sounded good on YouTube. But they have a sliding scale, so if you can't afford the full price, you can pay less. And that seems fair. I wish the whole world was like that. You know, if you have a need for something, but you're not fortunate enough to have a bank vault full of money, that we could all have the same things without being penalised for not being wealthy. Yeah, wouldn't it be a nice world? I used to have friends who did skill swaps. So I had a friend who was an aromatherapist and masseur. I had another friend who was a gardener. I had another friend who did babysitting. And amongst the crowd, they used to swap their skills. I just think that's such a lovely thing to do. But yeah, Transcendental Meditation, started it again last Saturday. Now the idea of TM is you do 20 minutes morning and afternoon. And I can fit that into my life without any difficulty. So I started last Saturday, and you have to naturally let your body time itself. Well, that's what works for me. 28 minutes the first day, 27 minutes Sunday. Monday, 20 minutes bang on, both times. Tuesday, 20 minutes bang on both times. And it surprised me how quickly I've settled back into feeling the benefits of it. I feel calmer, I feel more relaxed, I'm sleeping better. Now, all of those things could be down to the fact that I've not had sugar this week. But something that was surprising was I haven't had sugar withdrawals. I thought that after quitting sugar on Thursday night, that by Saturday, Sunday, I'd be climbing the walls. But I haven't felt it once this week. I haven't felt the sugar withdrawal. I haven't felt the craving or the need. And that has to be a bonus. I'm putting that down to the meditation. Whether it is or not, does it matter? Could be a placebo effect. Doesn't really matter as long as it happens. So yeah, back to meditating, totally enjoying it and intending to keep it up. Because if I can't find 20 minutes in the morning, 20 minutes in the afternoon, then I'm doing something wrong. I don't have to go out to work every day like a lot of people do and try and squeeze these things in. I've got time to make choices. Right, down to my results. I didn't stage group this morning purely because my cameraman has to go to work, and if I hadn't vlogged today, I would have to vlog tomorrow, and we've got a busy day tomorrow. And then it just gets a bit behind and a bit out of hand, and I am a very routine person, so I'd rather not stage group, come home and put my video up. I noticed Margaret Miles Bramwell's book was on the stand this morning and goes on sale from Monday at £6 a copy, and the guys in the queue were saying this morning how good she looks for 71. Did you think she looked good for 71, Joe?
Yeah, but you know what I think? Yeah, it's probably photoshopped.
Yeah, it was obviously photoshopped, but does it matter when you've got her kind of money, her kind of position, and you've helped so many people? You know, I mean, good on Margaret. She's somebody I can't say I have a burning desire to meet, but she is somebody I have great respect for. And I know I wouldn't be where I am today without Slimming World, so I should show gratitude, and I will buy the book. And I may give away a couple of copies, so watch this space next week if you're interested. Went to group, stood in the queue, paid my money because of course I'm out of Target. Went in knowing that last Friday the 13th, I was 9 stone 13, which was not where I wanted to be. It's not the worst place in the world to be. It's a fabulous weight. You know, for somebody who used to weigh 22 stone, who wouldn't want to be 9 stone 13? It's a great weight to be, but it's not the right weight for me. So stood in the queue, got on the scales and lost 4.5 pounds. I'm more than happy with that because I've done that 100% on plan and no dieting. I haven't skipped a meal, I haven't cut down dramatically on anything. I've had the biggest of big jacket potatoes this week and love them because they're coming into season nicely. I've eaten everything I enjoy. My breakfast's been the same every morning because I have the 400 grams? Yeah. 400 gram tub of soya cherry yoghurt, which is an Alpro yoghurt, and I'm back on Weetabix because I found with the Oatabix I was permanently constipated, which is not a nice subject and wasn't doing me any good at all. So the only wheat I've introduced back into my diet are Weetabix. For now, we'll see how it goes. So I have my nice big breakfast, I have my lunch. When I eat cauliflower, which is my absolute passion of a vegetable, I have like 250 grams. Are those tubs 250 grams?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I have a big tub of ready prepared cauliflower florets. I can't open that tub and put 2 florets into the steamer. I tip the lot in. I absolutely love cauliflower. In fact, I love winter veg. I love winter food, you know, cold weather food. I'm in my element now because we're going back into the sort of good, proper, wholesome English food that I enjoy. And this week I feel like I've eaten so well. Now, I thought I was going to have to battle with my head. I thought I was going to be thinking, oh my Lord, I gained 9 pounds. I've got to shift some of this. But I didn't. I forgot about it. I let it go and I focused on living the plan one day at a time. And I just said to Joe, and I've said to a couple of friends during the week, I am not feeling this. I am not feeling a weight loss. And Joe said to me, just keep going with it. All you have to do is just follow the plan. It says it works. I've had between 7.5 and 10.5 sins every day. Never cut down on my sins because I can't see the point. If I cut dramatically down on my sins, the day I decide to go back up on them again is the day I'll gain weight. So the one, I don't believe like in as much as I used to, that you need to be having the full 15. When I was having 15 sins every day and weighing in at between 8 stone 10 and 9 stone, that was working. That was the right thing for them. At the moment, I don't think it would be the right thing for me to have 15 sins every day when the book says for optimum weight loss, choose 10. And what I'm doing at the moment is I'm eating for weight loss. I'm not eating to maintain. So there are the tweaks in the plan. We talk about tweaks and cheats. You can forget the cheats. I don't need those. When I'm on plan, I need to be on plan. I'm only cheating myself. The tweaks in the plan for me are sins. If I want a weight loss, 5 to 10. If I want to maintain when I'm at the weight I want to be, 10 to 15. They're as far as I can go. I can't do the Slim for Life and be having extra sins here, there and elsewhere, because I've tried that and I gained weight every week I did it. But everybody's individual. We do what works for us and we celebrate our victories, don't we? So this week, yeah, I'm celebrating a 4.5 pound weight loss. I'm really happy with that. We've only walked 3 times this week.
Yeah.
Yeah. And there haven't been massive walks. A, because Joe's been really, really busy this week and he's my eyes when we're out walking. And B, because I think I might have broken my little toe on my right foot. Well, it's not, if it's not broke, it's badly rent. It's flipping painful. But I walked into the corner of my bed and my bed's got like big casters. And if I tell you, I stood there with tears running down my face, trying desperately not to swear, you can imagine how much I hurt myself. So, yeah, not been in the walking place this week. But it's been a good week. I've got a lot of things to be grateful for. And, yeah, that's my week. Thank you for taking the time to watch. Thank you for everybody's comments. I'm not commenting back at the moment. Please forgive me for that. But I have updated my iPad. And it's a nightmare. I wish I hadn't done it. Because the new version I've got is not visually impaired friendly. And I mean, I have spent so much time this week going down to the other end of the bungalow to say to Joe, this bloody thing's not working properly. Can you change this bloody screen for me? Can you do... And I've driven you mad, haven't I? Backwards and forwards. And so at the moment, if I don't comment back to you, please know I am like, I can do the heart thing and I can read everybody's comments, but commenting back will probably take me hours. But I will practice and I will get there and I will get normal service will be resumed. So thank you for your support. Thank you for fabulous comments last week. And thank you to the people who said they've done what I did. Because we're not in this alone. We're none of us unique and we will never be cured of overeating. But we can live in a state of recovering from overeating, even if we fall occasionally. And as I said, you know, what a weight gain is not a failure, it's just a bump in the road. So we'll be back next Saturday. Thank you for your time and your friendships. Okay, cheers for now. Bye.